People deserve art, and we need to create that art for the people. I want to be a people's artist. I want everybody to have one of my paintings. I'm Zhimin Guan, Zhimin-Guan, and I'm from Anhui, China, which is in the middle of China, somewhere between Beijing and Shanghai. My father is a retired art teacher, and my mother is an art store owner. And they both are really passionate about art. My father really influenced me on his perfection. If you're working as an artist, you have to almost always make no flaws. And your work has to be very, very strong. I studied in a Chinese university. My training in the classical art is solid because they really emphasize on drawing, on some basic proportions, anatomy, and color theory. I start to feel like a creative part is not only using one medium. Your creative part is actually starting from how do you manage your materials. I will use watercolor, acrylic, sometimes oil. I combine all of this medium. I'm more figurative painter. I like a portrait and figure because they're traditionally really high level of technical requirements. They're very challenging, and you feel high level of accomplishment if you can finish that. I was interested in landscape because I felt that nature has such a power and color every day. I start to be really interested in if I can capture that. Recently, I went to the Zion National Park and Grand Canyon. I really start to look at American national parks. So I developed a national park series of abstract painting. So my work in that series is trying to remind people there is a great, beautiful nature world out there waiting us to go to see. I spent a few years to really try to experiment with abstract painting. And I started to bring all my knowledge of color theory, composition, calligraphy together to create my own style of abstraction. Art almost become a meditation to me. When I start to be in front of a wide canvas, I almost feel I'm facing a battle because it's very challenging. You want to create a totally unreal world with a solid figures or still life or landscapes. You almost have to really forgetting everything in your life. You have to always totally wholeheartedly into concentration. And you not necessarily winning the battle, but still you are trying to express the best knowledge of yourself. I'm a professor of art in Minnesota State University Moorhead for almost 22 years. So today I want to show you how to work with the oil painting on landscape. My painting process, I started working on tackle the problems, tackle the possible seeable problems. I really enjoy teach introduction to painting because most students didn't have any training in handling their materials and techniques. So really, I think your brushes really just leave some paint on it. You don't want to do, like that. That's a bit too strong. I feel it's really refreshing for me to tell them what to do and how to improve their work, how to observe, how to really use medium, how to come up with composition that can put together their projects. I feel benefit from teaching. I love teaching. I'm so lucky I'm into a very active artistic community. The Fargo-Moorhead Visual Artists Organization is very active in organizing art crawl every year. Feel free to walk in and look at art, have some critique too. That always make artists excited to display their work, at the same time attract the local community to look at how they create. The Rock Art Museum has almost become a local treasure. not only have very high level collection, but also same time, the directors really discover the new emerging artist and give the emerging artist a one-man show to promote the artist. I feel I know more audience because of the Royal Garden Museum. My friends and colleagues and brothers and parents, they are really proud of me to study in America and working as a professor in America. That's a big deal for them. And also same time, they feel that I should really shooting for my own goal, for my passion, and really support me to continue develop my artistic style. You should continue trying to carry on your dream. I'm lucky to live in this country, open, melting pot, welcome all new styles. I can be wholeheartedly involved in teaching and creating art, and I feel I have a very happy career and life.
Funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4, 2008. And by the members of Prairie Public.